What is your definition of a leader? I'll tell you what mine is. My definition of a leader is a person who doesn't create followers, but creates other leaders. You should always be grooming and preparing and mentoring your replacement. Not just a replacement in a job or some community activity that you may be involved with. I'm talking about in this world, in this life. You should be replacing yourself because we all don't live forever. What have you done to ensure that there is a legacy that you leave behind through your leadership? What kind of leader are you? And even better, what's the best leader that you ever had? Because chances are you're going to be kind of like that person. So you think back, try to find out who was the best leader that I had? Who was the person that inspired me and motivated me the most? And if you don't have one, well, you come to the right place, ladies and gentlemen. So come on, cousins, and let's pod about it.
In a world fraught with confusion, one man will break his silence. There was only one man for the job.
Come on, cousins, let's pod about it.
Welcome back, cousins, to the funkiest show this side of the Pecos, baby. Yeah, I'm talking about word to the wise with the exclamation point. Who am I? Hey, I'm just your friendly neighborhood tour guide and liaison. Terry Patrick coming at you once again on Wednesday like I do on every single Wednesday. I'm going to give it to you like you should get it. And why do I do this? I do this for Pops and Fat Mama. Yeah, give it up for the folks who brought me into this world and led the way for me to be able to lead others. Who's your favorite leader? Even better, do you think you need a title to be a leader? Do you think that being a supervisor, a manager, a general manager, a operations manager, a logistics manager, a store manager, a assistant manager, all of those titles, I mean, all the way up means CEO of the corporation. Those are just titles. Those don't make you a leader. Have you ever heard of nepotism? Yeah, I was a victim of nepotism one time. Worked hard at a job, and I was the logical choice to be next in line to run that business. But in walks Junior. Yeah, Junior. Everybody has had one of those experiences. This is the boss's son, and he knows nothing about the business. But I got to teach Junior how to be my boss. They come to me because they know that I know what it takes to be able to run this business, but would not give me the title. But did that stop me from being a leader? Did that title make Junior a leader? No, it didn't. You know why? Because he always had to reaffirm, hey, you guys got to listen to me because I'm the boss. I'm the boss, you guys. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. You're supposed to listen to me. Listen, if you got to keep telling people you're the boss, you're not. If you have to keep saying it. So my question for you today is, what kind of leader do you want to be? And what level are you at right now? There are 5 levels of leadership. Oh man, this is a great book out there that if you would like to read it by John Maxwell. And John Maxwell wrote the 5 levels of leadership, and I've had the pleasure of being able to teach that course. for the past 12 years, dozen years, I've been talking about these 5 levels. And it breaks down to where I don't care what is your arena, what is your job. It doesn't matter, because leadership is something that is in your heart. People will seek you out. Yes, they will. Napoleon Bonaparte once said, when the people that report to you no longer bring you their grievances, 2 things have happened. Number 1, they don't think you care, or they feel like you can't do nothing about it. Or number 2, they're going to someone else to get their leadership. Either way, you're not their leader anymore. Boy, truer words have never been spoken. So without further ado, I think we should jump straight into the 5 levels of leadership. The first one is just entry level. It's position, where you have the right. I got the position, and people will follow you because they have to. See, when you're dealing with the working class men and women, okay, they get the job, they come in as a new hire or what have you, and they say, hey, that's your supervisor, that's your manager. Well, okay, that's the boss. Nobody's going to question it, but they will follow you because they have to. They're not following you per se. They're following your title. See, that title, it does carry some power, but you can abuse that power because the people aren't really following you. Know who they're following? They're following their dreams. They're following their obligation. They're following their bills. They got bills to pay. They got stuff they're trying to do. They got trying to get an apartment, trying to get a car, trying to go on vacations or something, trying to do something in their own life financially. And that's why they show up to the job. They show up to the job and they'll listen to you, not because of you and who you are, but because of your title. Entry level, number 1, people will follow you because they have to. Okay? So when they follow you, you can do right and you can do wrong. Yeah, you can do the right thing or the left thing. The choice is yours to choose. You can blow it. I've seen so many people get stripped of their title, but a true leader is trying to create other leaders, trying to invest in people. And that'll take us up to number 2. Number 1 was position. Number 2 is permission. When you are talking to people, do you remember their name? Do you remember the last conversation you had with them? See, there are many people who have a title and they just don't like people. They are not people. And in doing so, they create a gap in between those relationships. The relationship is very flimsy. But when you build that relationship and people give you permission, they will follow you because they want to. Yes, I've worked many companies and many jobs. You want to know what leader is failing? All you got to do is just stand at the time clock when it's time to go home. Yeah, you'll see a bunch of people standing around at the time clock 5-10 minutes before the shift has even ended. They can't wait to get away from their leader. Why? They don't want to follow him. Or if you ever had someone who has moved on to a different branch or a different district and people follow them. They moved from one side of the building to the other, from one side of the plant to the other, one side of the establishment. They went up a floor or 2 inside of the headquarters. People will follow them. Why? Because I give you permission. I want to follow you because I want to. That is a great relationship. But see, you can't have that without number 1. First, you got to get the position. And once you get the position, then you can get permission. Yes, these steps, you can't skip them. It's like success. There is no elevator. To success, you got to take stairs. And it is an uphill climb when you're dealing with leadership. I would love to be able to see someone drop a comment inside the chat box and tell me the truth. Have you ever abused your leadership powers or the powers that you thought you had? Or were you the opposite side? Were you the victim of someone who abused their power? You never gave them their permission, and you did what they told you to do because you have to, because it's kind of like the military, like the Army or the Navy, the Air Force, Marine. Okay, you got the stripes. What am I going to do? You got the stripes. So yes, I'm going to follow your orders. That don't mean I like you. And that doesn't mean that we're friends. Oh my goodness, that's the worst thing you can do as a new leader after you have built that relationship. And level number 2 is start thinking that the people that work with you, not for you, see people, oh, you work for me. Well, you're kind of working together, right? Because you both need each other. Don't think that they're your friends. Yes, we can have a good working relationship. And we can get the job done. Matter of fact, we can knock it out the park and kill it every single day and be drivers and be winners and have a strong team. That don't mean that after the shift is over, we're going to go out and check out a rom-com and share a bucket of hot butter together. No, you go your separate way, and I'm going to go mine because I have work-life balance. When work is over, I got life that I got to deal with, and I like to keep them both balanced out. And if you let those lines start to blur, then that is an issue. Nothing wrong with being cool. Nothing wrong with being friendly. But everybody doesn't have to be your friend either. So that is a fatal mistake for a lot of new leaders, which brings us to level number 3, and that is production. To be able to produce a person who gets results done. Yes, people will gravitate towards that. Man, that guy, that woman there, she is a winner. I can see she's a go-getter. I like the cut of her jib. I like the way he does things. I like every day when he hit the floor and he has great suggestions, and his suggestions makes his team, his squad, his unit number 1. I want to be a part of a winning team. I want to follow a leader because of their results, and people will follow you because what you have done for your business or for the organization or for the company. What you have done. Now, see, at this level, you have drivers. I was a driver. Yes, I love to be able to get the results. Give me the metrics, give me the numbers, let me know what is the goal for the day, and I will achieve it. I will crush it. And I will also make sure that my team knows when we are getting close or when we are falling behind. There should never be any surprises, especially when you're giving someone an evaluation. They should not be surprised on their evaluation. These are conversations you should have had the entire length of that period where you are doing the evaluation, whether it's quarterly or it is half of a year or annual. Those are some conversations that you should have had, because people will follow you because of what you've done for the company. They see something in you. Most leaders don't understand that people will do what you say. Yes, they will. But know what they're going to do the most? They're going to do what you do. They're going to watch you. They mimic your style. And if you are a type of person where you don't really know what you're bringing to the table, shoot, don't ask your admirer, go ask your haters. One thing that I think that people get misconstrued is when they say a leader is a person that is supposed to bark orders and just speak loud and always have this scour on their face. And that is a leader. I'm the boss. I'm the mean boss. And when I walk, I want everybody to stand up at attention. Yeah, stand up when I walk in. That doesn't cut no ice with me. You know why? Because I treat everybody the same. And I don't really respond well to a bunch of barking. See, you can get way more flies with sugar than vinegar. And if that is the type of leadership that you have, where you feel like you got to put your foot down every single time, well, when are you going to seek to understand? Or as they say, walk a mile in their moccasins. That's where that relationship comes from. Sometimes you get the wrong understanding, and that makes you go out and do the wrong thing. Because, see, there's rules to this game. Oh, yes, it is. What you say, cousin. What you say. There's rules to this game. Yeah, it's called harassment. It's called unconscious bias. Yeah, it's called just berating a person and trying to make them feel small so you can feel a little bit taller for yourself. Well, there is a policy for you. And you might get called into the carpet. But a person who is a driver, where for every yin there's a yang, for every up there's a down, for every strength you got a weakness. What's the driver's weakness? They don't know how to talk to people. Many people have the title, got the position. They don't know how to talk to people. And that will go a long way. But what's the opposite extreme? And that's a people pleaser. You're not going to make everybody happy. No, you're not. You're not going to make everybody happy. So when you try to, and you bend over backwards, know what you're doing, you're bending your own morals and principles, and you're putting yourself second, third, and sometimes last, and that person will just turn around and need more and more and more. You keep feeding them pieces of yourself, and they will keep eating. You can't be a people pleaser either. Okay, can't be a hard taskmaster, can't be a people pleaser. Then Terry, what should I be? You should be balanced. Or as Bruce Lee liked to say, be like water. Leadership is like being like water, being fluid, moving. Yeah, you can be a slow creek sometimes. Sometimes you can be a roaring rapids. Sometimes you can be a big pond or lake. Still, water runs deep. Nobody knows what's happening on the surface, handling business down at the depths. Or you can be like an ocean and a wave crashing when you need to be. Those are your options that you can have. Be like water. And that'll get you to the next level, which is level number 4. We're on number 4, you guys. And before I give you number 4, I want to let you know, man, you have got to check out my latest podcast. Oh, man, it's called Who Moved My Cheese? To be a change agent, to be able to deal with change, because change is always coming. I break it down inside of this episode. So if you would like to check it out, make sure you get in contact with me at YouTube at the T Patrick, or you can find me on TikTok at Cat Daddy in the Mix. And then when you do, hey, like something, drop a comment. Don't be a stranger. Don't just be a fly on the wall. Subscribe. And I would love to be able to bring these messages to you guys on a weekly basis. Level 4, are you ready for it? People development. Yes, that is the reproducing other leaders. That's what you want to be. Because people will follow you because of what you've done for them specifically. All right? Other people on another level, they'll follow you for what you did for the company. They like what you do. They like the way you drive. They like the way you have great relationships with people. They like what you've done for the organization. But at that level 4, man, I'll never forget what you did for me. I came to you and I told you what I was going through. And you hit me the Family Medical Leave Act. Or you told me that did you not know that as the husband or the man that you also can get some maternity leave, that you can be able to bond with your child. It's provided for you. Yes. jury duty or whatever it may be, came to that person and they say, you know what? I got you. I got your back like vertebrae. Don't you worry about Nathan. And then they came back with results. And now when they need to do something, when they need some overtime, guess what? Hey, I got you, boss. Yeah, I got you, Soup. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you need somebody to stay? I can do that. Those aren't the ones over there at the time clock 5-10 minutes early. No, those are the ones saying, "What? How did we do today? How did we do? Did we hit our numbers? Everything's good? Yes, we crushed it. All right. Let's do it again tomorrow, all us." See, they feel like a team. Now, why you are reproducing you? You're making little yous. And those little yous, those people out there who are doing the best they can because, you know what? They got the job and you had the title. So they're going to show up to work and do what you say anyway in level 1, but that's just entry level. And then you moved up to level 2 and they say, you know, let's build a relationship. Let's talk about stuff that may be outside of work. Hey, how's your favorite football team? By the way, the Minnesota Vikings are undefeated, baby. 4-0. Going to London this week. And hey, I hope they win over there in London against the Jets. Start talking about stuff like that. Hey, I heard you like barbecuing, man. Tell me some of your barbecue secrets. Build a relationship. And then that's when you start to reproduce. They will do exactly what you do. Remember what I said? Yeah, people will listen to your words, but your actions are yelling at them. If you say one thing and do another, you're a hypocrite, and they see that too. Yes, they see what you do. So people will follow you in these levels, but at level 4, I'm going to follow you, man, because what you did for me. I believe in you. And I believe you're a good person. And I aspire to be a better person myself. Okay? Let's finish strong with level 5. The 5 levels of leadership, and this is John Maxwell's, and at the level 5, you're at the pinnacle. That's the top of the pyramid, the pinnacle. See, at the pinnacle, it's all about respect. And during that respect, it's just, you know, we've been through all the other 4 levels, but not only I like what you've done for the company, and I like what you've done for me, but I hold you in high regard. Everybody doesn't get that. In fact, level 5, I would say, is someone like John Wooden, the Wizard of Westwood. He was a coach for the UCLA Bruins basketball. Coached people like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bill Walton. Yes, his leadership style is carrying on after he has gone and passed. There's other leaders where their style is just Bear Bryant in football. Lambeau, yes, where they named the trophy after him. There's other leaders that we probably will never see another person like that in our generation. Someone who comes to mind is Beethoven. Yes, Wolfgang Amadeus Beethoven. Boy, he was just a musical genius. I don't know if we'll see another Beethoven. Who do you think has reached legendary status as a writer and a spoken word poet? I love the written word. Even more, I love to recite a poem. The most famous person that I can think of that has hit that pinnacle, that legendary level, William Shakespeare. Shakespeare's writings they're still making plays. He's been dead and gone for eons, and they're still making Shakespeare plays into movies. And the movies that they make from William Shakespeare, if you can just speak his words on stage and on screen, you are elevated as an actor. You are Shakespearean. You know how good you gotta be? If you can just say the words that I have written and you can memorize them and say it into a camera or say it into a live audience, then that elevates your status. William Shakespeare reached the pinnacle. There may be someone in your life that you say there'll never be another like that, like my dad. I say Pop is legendary in my eyes. Yes, in my eyes. Because, yeah, I like what he's done, and I like the way he did it, and I like what he's done for me. But most of all, I respect my father every day of his life. And I aspire to be more like him. I think he created me to be a little Wilbert, okay? And I'm doing the same for my daughters, all girls. I pour into them because I want them to be little Terrys. I want them to be their own person also. But at the same time, I want to leave a legacy. That's what you want to do with leadership. 5 levels of leadership. You want to leave a legacy upon this world, something that people can say you were here, and you don't need a title to do it. All you got to do is keep grooming, mentoring, sponsoring other people, and so that you can leave a legacy. And I'm sorry, cousins, but I gotta leave you guys as well. Oh my goodness, let me give myself a quick little round of applause right here. I'm here every single Wednesday, and I want you to come by and drop by sometimes. And when you do, yeah, share this message. Share it with other people, because I feel like we've made a kindred spirit. I feel like we go way back like fat crayons and Hot Wheel tracks. Yeah, like droopy diapers and Similac, baby. And wherever you are, kinfolk, just keep doing what you're doing and keep holding it down. Just one day at a time. Sometimes a day is a whole lot. Sometimes you just got to take it hour by hour and minute by minute. And when you do, you see somebody out there who you haven't spoke to in a long time and they were a good leader in your life, you should let them know. Because a lot of times we don't let the good leaders know. We'll let a bad one know in a minute. Yeah, you suck. But a good one, we don't tell them. But I want you to do this for me right now.
I hope you like the podcast and you really like the podcast.
Come on, be serious.
And you really like my podcast. Like and subscribe.